So our boys over at Discraft sent us a box with some brand new discs that are dropping in early June 2026. And they include the first run of the ESP Hallux. This is Ricky Wysocki's new overstable driver. The prototypes dropped a few months ago, but this is the first run version. I've never even thrown a Hallux before, so I'm excited to see how this one flies. But more importantly, the disc that I am truly stoked about is the first run of the Fossil. And this is in the Z Colorshift plastic, and these look absolutely stunning. This is one of the coolest plastics I've ever seen. I don't really know if the camera will pick it up well, but the colors on this are really cool. I love the Fossil. It's one of my favorite overstable approach discs. If you guys watched my video where I compared 13 overstable approach discs a couple months ago, you'll know the Fossil, yeah, it's a real winner. Great disc. So we're gonna be throwing these discs all over the course today. If you've thrown either of these molds or any of other Discraft's new releases recently, let me know what you think of them down below in the comments. But with all that said, let's hit the course. So we're gonna start out here with the Fossil on a 160-foot par 3. It's uphill, basket straight. There's a tree right in front of the basket, but not really a whole lot of obstacles on this hole. Really just wanna put it on kind of like a light flex probably, especially because the Fossil, it's a little bit overstable. 3103, low glide, overstable approach disc, you know the drill. But the prototype Fossils were base plastic, which is why I am super pumped to get a hold of a premium plastic version now. Oh, look at all that overstability. Woo! Yeah, that's got some fade on it. Yeah, that thing wanted to get to the ground quick. Hand feel wise, the Fossil, it's a weird one. I got my base plastic one here as well. They got the thumb groove. They're very similar to the In of a Pig, which should be no surprise considering this is a Ricky Wysocki creation. But now let's try the Hallux, which has the numbers 10503. One of my favorite molds of all time is the Discmania PD. So I'm thinking with these numbers, should be pretty similar. Have a straight flight, but also have a very overstable finish, which should be great for this hole. 300 foot, par 3, bends off to the left. Oh yeah, plenty of fade on that guy. Okay. I actually might not have got enough push forward. I didn't expect it to be that overstable, but maybe I should have, considering the numbers. Oh, this isn't bad at all. We got all the left movement, so that's good. It's got that strong fade, which we need on a hole like this. And we're left with like a 25-footer here. And there we go. Cashing our first bird, first ever throw with the Hallux. You love to see it. Let's see if we can do some damage with the Fossil here. This is about a 220-ish foot par 3. There's this gap in the tree straight ahead. We want to hit that gap and then drift a little bit to the right, but I'm gonna try this on the backhand. Definitely sets up better for the forehand, but I am very averse to forehanding, so this is where we're at. Yeah, look at all that fade. I mean, we hit the gap. Obviously didn't drift right at all because this disc does not do that. But yeah, when that thing wants to start fading, like it is getting to the ground. That's kind of crazy. But let's see if we can power down on the Hallux a little bit on that forehand and throw this hole the way it was meant to be played. That is not what I meant to do. Oh, we got the big skip. I mean, hey, we're parked. Definitely not what I meant to do at all. I yanked that to the left, but that just goes to show you that big skip on that Hallux. Autocorrect for my forehand. Dang, are we about to go 2 for 2 with both the Hallux and the Fossil on birds? I mean, that might be a sign that it has to go in the bag if we're getting this many birds with it. Oh, maybe just the Hallux then. Now this is a Fossil hole if I've ever seen one. 225 foot par 3. Gotta hang it out straight and then have it fade pretty aggressively to the left. And right behind the basket and left of the basket is water hazard. Also lots of trees in the way. It's a little bit of poke and pray. I don't love it, honestly, but it is great for the Fossil. Nice and low, there's the fade. Yes, there we go. Hit a little bit of foliage, which slowed us down. So I don't think we got quite as left as we needed to, but that's fine. Those waters are raging back there. It is raining. I don't know if you noticed. It's been like on and off rain all day and the past like 3 days. So waters are high, but also spirits are high because we just sunk that putt. Now, like I said, these don't come out until June 5th, I believe. But if you're interested in picking up a Fossil or a Hallux or any other disc, you can do so at this channel sponsor, Disc Golf Deals USA. You can use my affiliate link in the description below to get 10% off your entire order. If you use my affiliate link, it supports the channel. It's pretty sick. Now we got a 240-foot par 3. The basket's straight, bends a little bit to the left, but not really. You just need a little bit of a fade. Got to make it through this gap in the trees here. I think the Hallux will give us a good mix of push, but also having a little bit of fade at the end. But yeah, this should work out pretty well. Yeah, there's that fade, getting a skip for us. Yeah, there we go. Love that. Yeah, I mean, it's what I like about it so far. It's what I like about the PD push plus fade. So you get some distance, but you still have the reliability of the overstability. Now, last hole we could get away without a ton of push. This hole, 360 feet, definitely need to get some distance before we see that fade to the left. So this should be a great test for the Hallux. Ooh, I didn't put that out flat enough. Yeah, that is one thing, is that if you don't get the angle right because of that overstability, if you put it on hyzer, you're gonna see that fade early. Yeah, I am way short of the basket, unless I just pretend that I was trying to throw at the short pin, in which case I'm parked. But that would be a lie. That is not the case. Gives us a good opportunity to get a little Fossil scramble in here. But yeah, that Hallux, yeah, it's got some beef to it. So really needed the Anheuser flex there, or just a flat, hard shot, which is not what I did. Now, I really don't want to lose this Fossil, but we do have a water hazard here, and I love throwing this hole, so put 2 and 2 together, we're throwing it. I can't stress enough how cool this disc looks. Like, I really don't know if it's showing up on camera at all, but when there's not light hitting it, it's gray, but when you hit the light, it's got this green, shimmery, pearly finish to it. Really, really cool looking, this Z Colorshift. This hole is only 215 feet. You got to make it over the water. Water's probably a little bit high because it's been raining like crazy. If you make it over the water, you probably got a birdie. So this is overstable enough where I do have to give it a little bit of juice. I can't baby this shot. Oh, I like that. Drop, drop. That's in the basket. No, didn't drop enough. Okay, I mean, great shot, but I thought that was going to drop a lot more aggressively. And instead we just floated over the top of the basket. Pin high though, we got the distance perfect. Let's go proto just because I want to get the ace. Same, exact same. I think it's probably a little bit less aggressive than the Z Colorshift. All right, we got to try the Hallux on a hole without any trees to really see that full flight. And I got a Discmania PD to compare it to. This is my trusty S-Line Nordic Phenom. One of the discs that I've bagged the most over the years. Absolutely love this guy. They're both pretty flat. They got similar parting line height. The biggest difference that the Hallux feels, I think, a little bit deeper because the inside of the rim really feels like it juts down more aggressively than the PD. I think the PD is a little bit more shallow, which kind of gives the Hallux an interesting hand feel. Not really sure if I prefer that or not. That's something that I really have to get used to probably. But if you got bigger hands, that might mean that you like the Hallux hand feel a little bit more. I don't know. But when it starts to fade, it really fades. I mean, that's an aggressive, overstable finish. Now this PD is pretty beat in, which means it probably won't have as much overstability as it would right out of the box. So keep that in mind. I like that. Similar flight to the Hallux. But yeah, definitely not as overstable. The Hallux fade is just so sharp. Whereas that PD fade, a little bit more gradual. Now, neither of those flights are necessarily better than one another, just different and serve slightly different purposes. Well, guys, that does it for the Fossil and the Hallux first run editions. I like them both. I think they're good discs. I do feel like these are slots in my bag that I'm already pretty dialed with, so I don't necessarily need these in my bag. But if you are looking for a pretty overstable 10-speed that still has some glide, the Hallux, I think it's a great choice. The Fossil, on the other hand, I really feel like is one of the better overstable approach discs on the market right now, especially if you like the groove on the rim. It's similar to the Pig, like I said earlier, but it does have this kind of raised shoulder, and the Pig typically sits a little bit lower. So you might like the Fossil more than the Pig, you might like the Pig more than the Fossil. All just kind of comes down to personal preference. I do really like the Z Colorshift plastic on the Fossil. Really nice looking, solid grip. It's rainy out here today. I felt like I had good grip at both of them. No grip issues, so that's a big win. Guys, let me know down below what Discraft discs you've been bagging recently and whether or not you're gonna pick these two discs up. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you consider liking and subscribing. You can also follow me on Instagram at Flying Fajita Disc Golf or UDisc Community at Flying Fajita. And as always, guys, I love you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.